My love, if you go away in a few days, the world will lose its color and darken like the land of Mordor. If you go away and leave me to wander aimlessly, alone, I'm afraid I won't survive. Bernard Jan. Hello everyone and welcome. Hello to my new subscribers. We're in for another journey. We're continuing our journey. I had, in a prior video, created an homage or a tribute to anyone who had lost a pet, our fur babies, and I shouted out for all your positive thoughts for Koopa. And so this one was a dedication of that, and that is the dried version, and I used all the colors of the rainbow in this. So I wanted to share that with you. It is said that the pain of losing a pet is a testament to the joy they brought into our lives. Sadly, Cooper had to leave us the other day and cross over the Rainbow Bridge. And so this morning I thought I would share with you one of the ideas that I came up with, and hopefully it works out, and hopefully you subscribe, give me some comments, your thoughts, and the input. And so what I'm going to do is use this 20 by 20 by 1.5 deep canvases to create an image that encompasses or includes that earth, the soil, our ground, and then rays jutting from that would give to the idea or my interpretation of the sky and reaching out in ray form. And I'm dedicating it to Koopa, Brianna, who is really in pain right now and grieving, and Sal. And so we're going to begin. I've leveled off my canvas, making sure that it is balanced. And I've primed it with a black so that if the colors do not go through, that black will still manage to hide the white of the canvas itself. And so I want to begin. I'll be using a circle for the center to signify the earth, our earth, the soil. And the color palette that I will be using is Arteza, Titanium White, Art Deco, Interference Pearl, Deco Art, which is a green aqua interference color, a little bit of Deco Art Teal Aqua, Copper, play on words for Cooper, and we call him Koopa, affectionately called him Koopa. This is from Deco Art and is a metallic as well. I'll be using Iconst, which is a deep brown. I'm trying to pick up a lot of the colors that were in Koopa's coat as well. 24 karat gold. His fur did have those hints. And then a little bit of yellow in that as well, and that's by Art Supply. So what I want to do first is coat my canvas with the black that I have mixed with water. As I was thinking about this and grieving the loss of our Cooper, I thought back to a book I had read by Bernard Jan, and the book was A World Without Color, which is a true story of the last day or the last 3 days of life with his cat. Powerful, poignant, heartfelt. There's just so many layers to that read and to that, and the grieving process that that Bernard Jan went through. And reflecting on that, and so much pain did the loss of his beloved Milton bring upon him that he spiraled into a severe depression, suicidal. And he talks about that and those last 3 days and the impact that his or how his life had been impacted watching his beloved Milton slowly drift off. It's a powerful read, powerful heartbreak, a world of darkness, heartrending, honest, and compelling. So that is one of the pieces that I had read that still stays with me. And I've lost a few fur babies of my own. So that story, his memoir, A World Without Color by Bernard Jan, really hit the chords with me. And I know a lot of people who have lost fur babies, and the grief is real. It's deep. And sadly, some people don't understand the depth of that grief and the pain of losing a companion, a family member, because they are family members, really. And so my heart just breaks for Brianna and Sal, and I grieve as well because Koopa was here with us, my husband and myself, when Brianna and Sal lived with us for a bit prior to moving on, buying their home, and of course taking Koopa with them. I want to drip off some of that excess to make sure I don't have too much. Just tilt the canvas a bit. Make sure my edges, my corners are covered here. And again, I don't want too much paint on this, but I want just enough because I'm going to attempt to do a swiping technique. I have not done this before, so I'm hoping it works out. Please let me know what you think. Comments are always appreciated, and you can comment if you have subscribed, so please do that. Someone suggested that from a last video they had watched that I get a microphone. They had difficulty hearing me, so I'm hoping that this works out. I did invest in a microphone, so we'll see how it goes. Let me just wipe off my hands. In Bernard Jan's A World Without Color, as I said, is a true story of the last 3 days with his cat, Marcel, excuse me, I think I said Milton. I was thinking of another. And there are two possible endings there. One is genuine and one is fiction. So I'll let you delve into that and read for yourself and discover the beauty of that story. It is a story that explores the themes of loss and grief, but it also celebrates the connection that he had with his cat and that many of us have with our fur babies, that we had with Koopa. And that connection just brought meaning to the life of the narrator, just as those connections bring that to us as well. All right, I want to place down a ring. It's a 6-inch diameter. I'm trying to place it in the center. And I think that will work. I don't want to move it until I'm ready to. So let me get my other gloves on. It is World Without Color. Bernard Jan is very well written. And yes, exploring the sorrow and the distress of losing one's beloved pet. And that grief, that pain is real. Someone said, well, how long does this last? everyone grieves in their own way, in their own time, and there's really no parameters. There's no, it's going to take a week or a year. I myself found after my fur babies crossed over the Rainbow Bridge, that there were triggers for me, and I'm imagining there are triggers for many of you who've had to say goodbye to your fur babies. And so we breathe through them and taking out, pictures and just fond memories of those fur babies sometimes helps and gives us some comfort and some solace. All right, let me just set this up. Bear with me while I prepare my swiping tools. I've folded up some toilet paper, yes, and that will be my swiping tools this morning. Bernard Jen has some other extraordinary reads as well, and it's the kind of reads that he doesn't hit you over the head because he is from Croatia. In 1991 there was a war that was raging in his homeland, and so he expressed that and he wrote about it in a lot of his stories. It comes through, but it's not the kind of, he is environmentalist, he's an activist, but he doesn't bash you over the head through his works. If you grab any of his stories, you're going to find the beauty that is there, and allowing you to kind of come away with your own feelings, your own ideas, how whatever tugs and pulls there are of your heartstrings are there. And so I strongly urge you to pick up January River comes to mind. And that explores a relationship of four friends and a dog that actually helps them navigate in their search for humanity. It's Cruel Summer, Secrets, and what they reveal. It's said that all rivers hold secrets, and sometimes they release them. I want to go in with my Karat Gold around the diameter, the outer part of that ring. And these have been pre-mixed with water and water only. I think I want to break that up with my interference gold. I'm going to go in with my Art Supply green Aqua. There's another book that was beautifully written, and let me go in with a little bit of my additional white, titanium white, which is Look for Me Under the Rainbow. And that one was endearing. You get to meet Danny in that, who is a seal pup, and Danny has his own ideas and tries to avoid the hunting season and escape what's going to happen to the population of seals. And we know that seals are on the endangered species list, and this was a magnificent and endearing account of Danny, our seal pup, meeting chaos and challenges and the brutal reality of that hunting season. This curious little harp seal, white fur and innocent black eyes, like our Koopa, with his innocent, wanting nothing but love and giving lots in return. All right, I'm going to go in with my yellow. So in his escape, or trying to escape from that hunting season, we meet Helen, a rainbow warrior, and her mission, her path is to save animals. And so she joins Danny in preparing to, evade the horrific human cruelty and all that brings about. So again, do pick that one up also. Again, it's called Look for Me Under the Rainbow by Bernard Jan. I think I want to go in with some more of that interference. I am going to leave, probably, I may leave the center black, but we'll see how it goes as we swipe through this. I think I want to go in with some of the deep brown, which was also part of Koopa's coat, and I'm reintroducing it just a little bit. I'm going to go in with just a little bit of the Teal Aqua, the sky, representing the sky colors at any given time. Just a little bit here, just to kind of through. Just step back for a bit. I think I want to bring in some more of that interference. This will probably become more of a matte glossy finish as it dries. Give it an almost ethereal glow to it. I'm going to go in with a little bit more yellow. Now, I think I may leave my circle there. I ordered actually embroidery hoops, and so I took the smaller, the one inside that holds the fabric, that you place the fabric over, and then the outer part holds it in place and you tighten it. But at any rate, I took the inner part of an embroidery hoop that comes in different sizes, and this one was a 6-inch that I am using here. I don't want to go in again with my 24 karat gold. Bernard Jan is a novelist, and he's also a poet. He's an award-winning novelist, and beautiful, beautiful work. Again, do pick them up. As I said, he has quite a few. I'm hoping he's working on something else because I love his writing. World Without Color, Look for Me Under the Rainbow, January River. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the yellow, and Cruel Summer. How's everyone doing this morning? I don't know. Kind of waiting, I guess, for Cruel Summer. I like the summer. I love it. I know some people don't like that intense heat. I don't know. Seasons. I live in a temperate climate, so we have all 4 seasons. And it's funny, the thing with seasons, they're marked on the calendar by dates, but they overlap one into the other, the flow. And everything has a purpose and a time. All right, what I want to do is go in and actually I'm going to attempt to lift this off, but I think I want to hit it a little bit with the heat gun first. Let me just try to lift this, but I hopefully will not destroy what's going on there. All right, so I'm going to use folded toilet paper, and I'm going to swipe through the colors and hopefully create those rays out into the universe. I'm going to go in on this side. And go in with another. remember one year we had gotten Koopa some toys. He loved his toys. Brianna and Sal always made sure that Koopa had plenty to keep him entertained and engage his curiosity. So every week there'd be a package delivered just for him. And Christmas time was fun with Koopa because he loved opening up his presents with his teeth, or his little paws or big paws. I don't want to go in here. And he knew, that those were for him. It's kind of like they sensed it and they smelled them. Even when his packages came, he always knew they were for him. I'm going to go in and try to bring it through. And I'm going to go on this side. How many of you have pets? Dog, cat, gerbil, ferrets, snakes, whatever they may be. There's such a love there that it's unconditional. It really is. I'm going to go in some more. Our earth. Bring it out. Going to continue this through. I love that brown. Koopa was tan and brown, big beautiful eyes, hints of copper in his coat. I want to bring out the earth to the sky and have it veer off into infinity. Once again. There's a really good book that I had read in addition to Bernard Jahn's work, A World Without Color, as well as his others. Look for Me Under the Rainbow. There's a book, and I'm sure many of you have heard of it because you may have seen or gone to the movie entitled The Dog's Purpose. It was originally written by I think it was Bruce Cameron, if memory serves. In any case, the book is just beautiful. And let me just focus here a little bit. Okay. In it, we get to follow this dog and his adventures and his owners or his family, really, in a lot of the cases. And he sadly, in each of those times, he passes either by accident or just by design. And it's a beautiful, beautiful read. And one of the reasons I mention it, outside of just being such a beautiful read and touching for, dog lovers, cat lovers, or fur baby mommies and daddies out there. And there was a movie that was made, just like a lot of, books do have movies sometimes that are made. And I'm always disappointed. This was not an exception. Because in the books, in the book version, The Dog's Purpose, it jumps out at you and you're allowed to feel those emotions and actually imagine, these puppies that grow up in these different situations and what happened to them and whatnot. In the movie version, obviously it's been condensed because you're not going to sit there for 4, 5, 6 hours straight unless you're watching, or go to see Henry V, or you're watching Henry V, which is a very long movie and it does have an intermission. But I digress. So in A Dog's Purpose, the movie, the beauty is lost. You don't have that. And so if you're going to you know, watch a movie or whatnot, I strongly urge you to read the book first. Not so much that, you're setting yourself up for maybe not getting what you wanted, but perhaps comparing and contrasting, so on and so forth. I want to go in with a um, smaller strip of toilet paper that I folded to create more or tinier lines. I'm noticing there are cells here, which I hadn't intended, but the metallics do that, and I'm okay with it. There's a natural beauty to this as well. There's just a hint of the yellow in certain areas where it's more prominent in others, and that imbalance just adds to the composition, I think. I think Koopa would approve. Yes, it's been a rough couple of days here. I'm so grateful to all my new subscribers, and I love someone, if I remember, Sina, I think was the subscriber's name, and absolutely loved what I was doing and very supportive, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. And I love when I get comments on, what was wrong or what could be improved upon, and I appreciate that as well, because I am, as I've said before, a work in progress. So I really appreciate that. This piece, actually, I had seen something using this sort of technique, and I believe it was Radcliffe who had done it, and he does quite a few of these. And so when I thought about it, I said, you know what? I want to use this technique to create a very special piece in tribute of Koopa, and all families of fur babies. All right, I just want to step back for a second. I like what's going on. There's just a beauty in its simplicity, but I think I want to just maybe add a little bit more yellow here. And just carry it through some more. Now that I've set down my earth, I think I can safely say I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. I do want to add a little bit more of that interference pearl. Try not to get it drizzled all over the place. I'm going to add some more of my copper for Koopa. And a little bit more of the earth or the sky color, going in a little bit with my teal. And I think we're going to swipe it through. And This time I think I'm going to stop it center so it's almost a floral effect to it. Setting up actually took me longer, folding up all that toilet paper. Good thing there's not so much of a frenzied rush to buy some right now. I just want to go in a little bit here and just side. And just bringing it through just a little bit. I love how the copper is peeking through in this area. Breaking it through. The colors are interplaying nicely. They're overlapping, and I think it works. I'm glad I put that black down because as I'm swiping, I may be going a little bit too deeply, and it's touching that canvas, so I may have to touch it up just a little bit more here. There we go. A gentle hand, like our gentle Koopa. Trying to go very gently here. Earth meeting sky. I like the way this is going here. I'm just gonna go alongside of it, just lightly, feather it out, and lightly here. And I think I need right here, just bring it through. I think I need to just add a little bit of white here. Some of the color has bled out. Again, please subscribe, leave your comments. That does help me tremendously as I continue to explore. Just adding some yellow just to give it a little bit more balance, and we'll see if it works out. I think I want to go in lighter, so maybe with a lighter piece of that paper and breaking it off. Yeah, that's better. Much better. I'm just ripping it up just a little bit more because I think the paper was a little too heavy, and so it was digging into the paint, into the canvas, and I don't want that to happen. even though, as I said, I did prime my canvas earlier, just in case those happy little accidents happened. In this case, I wasn't too happy. Bring this through and through here and bring it out. There is an awful lot of paint here, so I'm going to add some additional swipes and bring some of that yellow out. I'm going to continue doing that here. And I won't switch it off. I think I'll just continue it right there. A more wispy effect. Let me just step back. I think I want to add another layer to this, and we'll see if it works out. Let me know what you think. I'd really appreciate it. I do want to just touch up a little bit of what's going on here. And I think I want to add a little bit of that teal colored or teal color right here. Go in, just bring that out a little bit. And I think I'm going to go here and bring that out as well. Carry it through. And there we go. It's the simple things sometimes that just make things okay. And through. I think I'm going to leave it just where it is. Oh, you know what? Maybe not. Stepping back, I just noticed. It's always good to step back and just reflect and look, re-examine, adjust. And sometimes in life, when someone we love is taken from us, we try as best we can to adjust and move on. It's not always easy when you've lost someone or something so beautiful, so enriching in our lives. It's difficult. I just want to add a little bit of yellow here to balance my composition out. That bright yellow. We hope for brighter days when our sadness and our grief isn't as painful and doesn't consume each and every thought. And so I want to go in and just touch it with my heat gun. I'm not doing the torch here because I did not want to generate any more bubbles, but the heat gun will, excuse me, I didn't want to generate any more cells, but I want to use the heat gun to get rid of some of those bubbles. I want to bring you in for a close-up. When tomorrow starts without me, don't think we're far apart, for even every time you think of me, I'm right here in your heart. A reminder, Brianna and Sal and all families of fur babies. Be good to yourselves and one another. Thank you.